think it's
7 and 9.
7 and 15. We will start there at 15. Okay, we live too. Yeah, I just got your notification. Okay. All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachak, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all you walking out there who pushing this word with all truth and sincerity, and as well as to all you believers out there who believe in on the gospel. And this is a couple of brothers from the Great Millstone Houston camp. I'm the brother Korah Abad.
I'm the Car Alvin.
And the Lord bless me and his brother today, to get together and to do the work. You see, and as you see from the lesson, as you see from the title, it says the judgment is set. You see, the judgment is set, right? Which we know all things have been set from the beginning, right? Man's destiny, as it say, I believe that's in Ecclesiastes 6. We ain't got to get it, but man's destiny is set. The order of the earth, everything was set from the beginning, man. Prophecy was set, so on and so forth. But one thing that have been set up from the beginning is the order of what nation gonna rule the world, man. You see, that's another thing that have been set up. And us as Israelites, hey, we wanna, we hit the lottery, being the chosen people of the Lord. The judgment is falling into our favor, though, because although all these nations had an opportunity or a chance to rule the world, to have dominion in the earth, slaves, so on and so forth, that was just for a portion of time, whatever age it was, and that was just for a portion of time. But where judgment playing in our favor is that the judgment is set, which means at the end it's already written for the nation of Israel to rule the world and every other nation that's in this world, man. And nobody can change that. No Christian, just because you don't believe what we telling you, don't mean it's going to change. Vocab alone, just because you don't believe, guess what? This is not going to change, man. This thing gonna stay the same. You see, but other than that, we'll hop into it. We'll hit a couple prophecies. You see, but all these things are said. Everything that's written is already said. Nobody can change what's written, man. And ultimately, what we want to speak on is what the nation of Israel gonna rule at the end. You got it out.
And like the brother was saying, only the Israelites have this knowledge. The Lord is only giving this knowledge to the Israelites to tell their people or tell our people, what's about to go down, what's gone down, what's about to go down, and everything is set.
Right.
But we've been deceived through Christianity and these other religions where the interpretation is faulty. Mm-hmm. It's faulty. But now the prophets are on the scene and they're clearing these things up. And hey, like the brother said, everything is said.
Yeah. Let's start at Daniel 7. Let's start in Daniel. Let's go to prophecy. Because at the end of the day, it could be a he say, she say, but we'll get straight to a prophecy. And that's what Revelation 19 and 10 said, what? The testimony of the Lord is the spirit of prophecy. Because that kills all the he say, she says with this saying, that's it. And that's again, going back to the title of the lesson, the judgment is already set. What we about to read, nobody can change that. No feelings, right? Another book you try to get. Remember, the scripture says no book can't make with this one, man. So you can't go to the Josephus to try to say, well, no, look, or another book. No, whatever we about to read, that's what it is, and it can't change. And it's the thing. If you're saying something different, now you're contradicting the scriptures. So let's get into it. We're going to read this in the NLT. This is Daniel 7.
This is Daniel 7 in the NLT, starting at verse 15.
Now, mind you, just to give some background on this, this is the prophet Daniel. Now, at this time, he was in Babylon, right? He was in Babylon, and he had a dream. And in his dream, it was 4 beasts that the Lord showed him. And these beasts, which he actually seen beasts, but they were symbolic for something. Now, that was symbolic for the different rulerships that was going to be, starting with Nebuchadnezzar in Babylon, on down to modern day, leading up to the Lord coming back. Now, the first one is Babylon, or Assyrio-Babylonian Empire, then the Persian and the Medes, then you had the Greeks, then the revised Roman Empire. And so Daniel seen all that. Well, you had the Roman Empire, and then the revised Roman Empire. Now, Daniel seen those beasts, and he said, look, what's the point of all this? What does this mean? And the angel go give him the interpretation on what the judgment means. You got it, bro.
This is Daniel chapter 7 and verse 15
Matter
in
of
the
fact,
NLT.
hold on, can you read this first, Daniel 7? And it's the same chapter. I'll read it real quick. I'm gonna read this. So this after Daniel seen the beast, right? So Daniel 7 and 10, it says, a fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. Thousands and thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. This is the point. It says, and the judgment was set, and the books were open. So that's after Daniel seen his dream. He said, look, the judgment said, what you seen that's done. Now he about to get the interpretation. The angel about to tell him what he's seen. You got it, all right?
We're going to go
15.
Yeah, 15, and that's in the NLT. And it says,
We're going to read down to 18.
It says, I, Daniel, was troubled by all I had seen, and my visions terrified me. So I approached one of these standing beside the throne and asked him what all this meant, what it all meant.
Right, what all this meant. What these beasts mean.
He explained it to me like this. These 4 huge beasts represent 4 kingdoms that will arise from the earth. But in the end,
so look, although these kingdoms go rule, these heathens go have time on the earth to have dominion and to say so, the Lord says, but in the end,
the holy people of the Most High will be given the kingdom, and they will rule forever and ever.
And that's really the end game of the Bible. If anybody wanted to know, at the end of the day, although the Lord put his people through captivity, right? Many different atrocious slaveries, man, under many different nations, right? The last hire, first fired, and thugs and hoes, and yes, all these are the effects of us going through the curses as a nation. But although he put us through all this, the Lord said, at the end of the day, although I let these other nations rule over y'all, at the end of the day, my chosen people still gonna rule. Going back to the title, the judgment is set. We got to read that again. We got to read that again. The judgment is set, man. Nobody can change this. Who can change it?
Nobody.
Because before we even get into it, the angel said the judgment was set and the books were open. Let it happen. Let it play out. You got it, bro. And whatever you got.
This is. I'm gonna get that 18 again in the NLT.
Can we read 17 again?
This is Daniel chapter 7 and verse 17 in the NLT. These 4 huge beasts represent 4 kingdoms that will arise from the earth. And like the brother, he had already gone over what those kingdoms were: the Babylonians, the Medo-Persians, the Greeks, and the Romans. And then the revised Roman Empire. And it says, but in the end, the holy people of the Most High will be given the kingdom, and they will rule forever and ever.
Man, I like that. But in the end, although these heathens ruled and we was in slavery, just like it is now, but in the end, though, we gonna rule. We gonna rule, man. Take comfort in that, knowing you're Israelite, knowing it's the end game. We gonna rule. It's cool with the condition we're in now. It's okay, because it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better, man. And I mind you, who can stop this? Nobody. You have something more?
Yeah, this is Daniel again, chapter 2 and verse 44, getting straight to the point. And it says, and in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms and shall stand forever. I mean, that's just exactly what was just being said. The Lord is going to set up a kingdom that will not be ruled by other people. So, that means that his people are going to be in charge, and they're going to rule forever. Right. I mean, it's set. It's set. You can't get around it. You can't add in supersessionism. You can't add in, the church, from vocab alone and all of that. No, the Lord's people are going to rule forever. They're the only ones under the curses. So yeah, the Lord put his people through all of these horrific things throughout history, but he said in the end, he's going to set up his people. What other nation on earth had to go through the curses?
None. Well, it said in Daniel, but you got it, like I said, no other nation went through what Israel went through. And even when you want to put that in 2nd Ezra 7, remember that path to the kingdom? It said, how can a man get to this inheritance except he go through the path? Well, and Daniel said no other nation went through that path. So how can other nations, get what's in that broad place if they never went through the fire on one side, the water on one side? That was just for us to go through, man. But let me snag this real quick. I was looking for it. All right, here it is. Yep. So this is a prayer of Mordecai, Esther Uncle. Now this is in the book of Esther, or the editions of Esther in the Apocrypha. So this is the editions of Esther, chapter 13. I'm gonna get straight to the point. In verse 9, it says, saying, O Yahweh, O Lord, the King Almighty, for the whole world is in thy power. And if thou hast appointed to save Israel, there is no man that can gainsay thee. If the Lord appointed to save Israel, nobody can come up against that. And mind you, we in that time, it can't be stopped. No matter, man, look, they try to halt bringing out the MOTB. Guess what? It got to come to pass. These things got to roll forward, because you know why? Yahweh Shai ain't going to be on the right-hand side of his father forever. He got to come, well, what you read in Daniel 2. If the brother would have kept reading on, the stone eventually got to come and hit the feet and the toes, man. It's set. And I mind you, secular history ties secular history to what we read out the Bible, and it goes hand in hand. All these kingdoms came right after each other. The Bible names, and also secular history tell us. So the point is, if these things actually happen, will the stone not come? Will Yahweh Shai not come and hit the feet and the toes in our lifetime, man? But I'm going to read this again. It says, saying, O Lord, the King Almighty, it says, for the whole world is in thy power. And if thou hast appointed to save Israel, there is no man that can gainsay thee. For thou hast made heaven and earth and all the wondrous things under the heaven, and thou art Lord of all things, and there is no man that can resist thee, man. So that's where we at now. The Lord, we're in a point of prophecy. The Lord is beginning to save his people. Jeremiah 30, I said the time will come when he's going to begin to bring back the captivity of Israel. We will be coming into that time, man. You see? That's why we should greatly rejoice. And I remind you, these things are already written. Already written. You got something, bro?
Isaiah 14:1.
Con, you got it.
You got it. It says, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Those strangers are the Israelite foreigners. But the Lord has already said he's going to have mercy on Israel, and he's going to set us being the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the Hebrew Israelites, in our own land. Over there where the heathen have set up camp, like the prophecies are said, like the title, it's got to happen. It has to happen, because everything else has happened. Yeah. The curses of Deuteronomy 28, every last one of them has happened. You can see it in our people. Our people are destroyed. So hey, the end of the world is Esau. The beginning that follows is Jacob. That's it.
Esau case, nobody, and even in that verse you read, it says the Lord will yet choose Israel. Well, why I say yet? Because he always did, and he gonna do it once again. That don't change, man. And we ain't just talking about ruling a city. We talking about the world, Craig. not just a city. We talking about the world. The world was given unto us. Although it seems so far-fetched now for niggas, Mexicans, Native Americans to be the next rulers of the world, because who thinking that? Who considering that right now? The world thinking, well, I don't know, because China, they got a strong economy. Well, I don't know, because Putin and Russia, they getting down. Or Kim Jong-un. Nobody taking into consideration Yahweh Shai, King David, and the Israelites. Who considering that? But that's the very thing that's gonna happen, man. According to prophecy, we reading it. It's set. You see, it's set, and nothing can be changed. That's why we're not worried about what these people think, how they feel about us. It is what it is. That's why Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, say once these things happen, they're gonna realize like, how is he numbered among the children of the Lord? How is his lot among the saints? In order for that to be fulfilled, we have to look like the undesirables now. You know, but you got it, bro.
This is Ecclesiasticus on the book of Sirach, chapter 11 and verse 14. It says, prosperity and adversity, life and death, poverty and riches come of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. I mean, so all of these things that have taken place have been ordained by the Lord. Nothing, you know, the white man couldn't just decide that he was going to put us in captivity. No, the Lord had to ordain that. He's the one that's over kingdoms, you know, and like the brother said, the prophecy is said. It's next, and we up next. We up next. Simple as that. All the other nations have had their chance to rule. So now it's our turn. And guess what? We're not going to share. No. We're not going to share what other nations shared in their you know, in their prosperity. What did they? Yeah, they might have threw some crumbs, but guess what? Now we're not going to treat our people like that. Mm-hmm. You know, all our people going to raise up.
That's right. Matter of fact, you in Sirach. Hey, you get that 10 because you mentioned it before the lesson. 10 and 8. Yep, that's the time we're in right now.
10 and 8.
5?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was at 4. I was at 4.
Okay, Con.
This is Ecclesiasticus of the book of Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable.
Right. So the rulers of the world, do it matter who got the guns? Right, who got the tanks, who got the power? No, who got the control of media and TV? No, that don't matter. Esau will demonize us, go all out his way, but guess what? At the end of the day, guess who's still gonna rule? Us. Us. Even if we try to kill off the majority of our people, guess who's still gonna rule? Us, man.
It's set in stone.
It's set in stone. Hey, yeah, it is. It's set in stone, Yahushua. It's set in stone. It's set in stone, man. But it says the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over one that is profitable. That's Yahushua and his elect men, man. Those are the ones that's profitable. Shit, they the ones created it, so they know how to use it best. You know, anything you get, they got instructions from the owner. He made it, he know how to use it. Well, we gonna be put over our creation, man, to properly use it, man. You see, can you jump down to 8?
This is Sirach chapter 10 and verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries and riches got by deceit.
And that's Esau. And really these other heathens too, but that's Esau mainly. He got his power the wrong way. And because of that, you got it.
The kingdom is translated from one people to another.
The kingdom is translated from one people, Esau, Edom, to another. Jacob is the beginning of the world that followed, man. 2nd Ezra 6 and 7. Esau's the end, Jacob the beginning of it that followed. And I mind you, I'm not just saying me, but y'all should feel like this too. This brother, I'm sure you feel the same, man. Don't care what no Indian gotta say, no white person gotta say, no Chinese person gotta say, no, man, we gonna rule the world to come. That's not far-fetched to us. Right? This is our reality, man. This is our reality. Although we ain't got nobody standing up for us in the UN meetings, you see the G20 summits, you ain't got nobody, a spokesperson there from the nation of Israel. You don't have that. We don't got a standing army practicing war games with Taiwan right now. We don't have that. Granted, we do that in the heavens.
Yeah, but we're not represented in earthly affairs.
That's right, brother.
You know, all the other nations get, like in Psalms 83, all the other nations get together and make plans against us. You know? I mean, if you can't see it, it ain't meant for you to see. But that's how it is. So if that happens, then we have to rule next.
Right. There's a scripture, I don't know if you can find it, says one that was never thought of have won a crown. If a brother know what that says, it says one that was never thought of have won a crown. And Shalom Tala Akim Aqua maybe tuning in. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Brakatham. But nobody considering, you know, little niggas and Mexicans and Native Americans to, now look, they might give us a city, you know, a project, a housing authority, but who really considering us to have the whole world? Not just saying we was kings, not just saying that. No, we actually gonna be ruling, man. We ain't just talking. This real life. It sounds fake to other people. This real life stuff. You got it.
I got it. This is Ecclesiasticus, or the book of Sirach, chapter 11 and verse 5. It says, many kings have sat down upon the ground, and one that was never thought of hath worn the crown.
That's what it's coming to. Many kings about to sit down upon the ground. Start with Esau, Edom. And the one who was never thought of about to wear the crown, Yahweh and the Israelites, man. Nobody considering us to rule, but that's the exact thing that's about to happen. Nobody considering Israel to win World War III, but that's what's going to happen, man. We're in that time, again, the judgment is set. The books are open. Let it play out. That's all we're doing. We're watching something that was written years ago play out. The Bible is rigged for the Israelites. It's rigged for the Israelites, man. That's it. That's all. You see, you got something else, Art? We can, let's hit that Daniel again, because that's the point of the lesson. Let's read that Daniel. I'll read that verse 7. Can you get in the NLT again? Kind of. And that's why we got the title from the book of Daniel, because Daniel, again, for y'all who just probably came, Daniel had the vision of the kingdoms that was going to be from Babylon all the way that was going to lead up to the coming of the Lord. And Daniel wanted to know, what does this mean, all these beasts I see? The angel go tell him, look, these are 4 kingdoms that's going to be, but at the end, y'all going to rule. He told them plainly, y'all going to rule. You got, let me read this real quick. This Daniel 7. Because after he seen a vision, the angel told him, look, this set. The judgment is set. So it is Daniel 7 and verse 10. A fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. Thousands and thousands ministered unto him. 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment was set and the books were open. Now, that's verse 10 in Daniel 7. After Daniel seen the beast, the angel told him, look, the judgment said, this shit gonna happen, Daniel. These things gonna happen, Daniel Salaki. These things gonna happen. Now, Daniel gonna ask you, what it mean? You got it out, verse 15.
Let me go on. Let me start 13.
Come.
This is in the NLT. This is Daniel 7 and 13 in the NLT. And it says, as my vision continued that night, I saw someone like a son of man coming with the clouds of heaven. He approached the Ancient One and was led into his presence. He was given authority, honor, and sovereignty over all the nations of the world, so that people of every race and nation, language would obey him. His rule is eternal. It will never end. His kingdom will never be destroyed.
Is that for real, or is that a line?
Hey,
come on, brother, you got it out.
It doesn't need any interpretation. I mean, it's plain. This is Daniel 7 and 15.
NLT?
NLT. Daniel was troubled by all I had seen, and my visions terrified me. So I approached one of those standing beside the throne and asked him what it all meant.
So Daniel said, look, what this mean? What this mean? What these beasts mean? And the angel gonna tell him plainly, man, this is what's said. What we read right here, this is what's said.
He explained it to me like this. These 4 huge beasts represent 4 kingdoms that will arise from the earth.
Babylon, Persia and Medes, Greeks, and Rome, and the revised Roman Empire included in the 4th.
But in the end,
so although Babylon ruled for a portion of time, although Xerxes was the man, right? Cyrus was the man, Persian and Medes, Alexander the Great came on the scene, you know, like the leopard running through shit. He knew the Greek Empire, so the Roman Empire, that was great. Although they came, guess what else said after all that? Even today, the revised Roman Empire. Look at America, man. Look at the riches, the lights in Times Square, you know, the money and all that.
The military might,
That's
you know, the ability to be 1,000 miles away and to just destroy cities, you know, women, children, whatever, you know. Hey, the United States, the revised Roman Empire, you know, NATO and the EU, they have that power right now, you know. But as it says,
can you read that again from the top? So think about that. Seeing all these kingdoms came, and we still in them, What do we know now? Although we still here, is going to tell us. But what? You got it.
It says, this is Daniel 7 and 17 in the NLT. These 4 huge beasts represent 4 kingdoms that will arise from the earth. But in the end, the holy people of the Most High will be given the kingdom, and they will rule forever and ever.
Do we gotta worry? Do we even gotta go pick up guns and fight? No, it's gonna be given to us. We ain't gotta. I ain't gonna say we ain't gotta try, because we doing a trying and a fighting right now by being in this ministry. You see? But the point is, we ain't gotta go take up arms, man. We ain't gotta, march for reparations and we want a seat at the council. We don't need to do that. It's already set. But in the end, although these nations ruling, at the end of the day, I'm gonna give my people the kingdom anyway, man. That's what we read. Nobody can stop the Israelites, well, should I say Yahushua and the Israelites from ruling the world. It's already set. I'm gonna get this real quick. I'm gonna stay in Daniel, because the Lord, before this chapter ends, the Lord gonna say again. And guess what? The judgment gonna sit. Now I'm gonna jump down, because now it's going into their 4th beast, which is Rome. Then eventually it get to that revised Roman Empire, which is America, because it talk about that little horn right here. And I just want to get this to show, look, we in this time. So look, we right here in Daniel at the end. I'm going to get this. This talking about America. Esau, Edom, in America. Daniel 7 and 25. And he shall speak great words. I'm going to start at 24. And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise. And a other, and that other is America. And a other shall arise after them. He shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings. When America came into power, they had 3 major battles that gave them their freedom: French, Spanish, and the British. The Brits, 1776, Independence Day, when the 13 colonies split. So we're reading about where we at right now in prophecy in modern times. And it says, and he, talking about America, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times. Hey, the time just changed. When he went up our back.
Yeah, we just went up.
Right, he changed the time. Just talking about him.
It's what? Last month they had a leap year, an extra day. What's that all about?
But that's him, all right. It says, and shall think to change times and laws, and they shall be, talking about us, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and a dividing of times. That's still now. So seeing we still here, it says, but, I like that, but, so seeing we still in this man's hands, it says, but the judgment shall sit. The same judgment was read at the beginning. The Lord said, look, what I said still stands though. Although my people still gonna be in his hand for a long time, what I said gonna still stand. It says, but the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion. Jacob pulling Esau down, and they shall take away his dominion, and to consume and to destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. Come on, man. That's the judgment. It's set. And it says, hitherto is the end of the matter. That's the end of the book. That's the conclusion of the book right there. Although what we read, the history of the Israelites, how they went off and did this, and this king came, at the end of the day, the Israelites gonna rule the world, man. Simple as that. Simple as that. Shit,
I got a little bit more.
You got it.
The Psalms 149. I had to get it. I said, for the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, take a pleasure in his people. This is Psalms 149, starting at verse 4.
Okay.
It says, for the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, take a pleasure in his people. He will beautify the meek with salvation. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye the Lord. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So, hey, it's already written.
The judgment written.
The judgment is written. You know, so they're gonna get it. They're gonna get it. You know, they can they can prolong it as long as the Lord lets them. But the Most High is in control, and He's the one that appoints the bounds. And guess what, Esau? Your time is up.
Your time ran up.
Your time is up.
And our time is about to begin.
Time.
Our time is about to begin. And that's why we're excited, man. So be confident in what the Lord said, man. Be confident in the Lord promises to us. They're already written. Nobody. That's why nobody should be able to shake us from our faith. Like, who should better tell us we not Israelites? Who should better tell us America not Babylon the Great? Who should better tell us the MOTB is not the sea help? Nobody. Nobody. I don't care how far-fetched it sounds. I could tell anybody this all day. Yes, I'm ready. I'm waiting and ready for a so-called black man to come out the sky on a UFO to tell me come up. Yes. Yes. Because you know why? It's true. I don't care what you think. It's in here. It's in here. It's true.
And everything else, I mean, we can line like going into Daniel. We can line everything up with secular history. It happened. You know, Deuteronomy 28. It happened. It's still happening. Huh? So guess what? That stone got to come and break them 10 toes. It's set up the kingdom. It's got to happen.
If not, that dream Nebuchadnezzar had ain't gonna be fulfilled. Them dreams the prophets had ain't gonna be fulfilled. Because it ain't in just with the beast and the heathens. No, it ended with the stone coming. With them falling. That's how it ended with them falling, man. But look, we'll end it right down. If you got anything else, all right? Hey, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Just wanted to touch on that, man. We have nothing to be ashamed of as concerning us preaching this gospel. Everything in this book is true, and we know it's gonna happen, man. If it haven't already happened, which the things that already happened only solidifies our faith. You see, but they keep fighting, keep pushing. We want to give all praise, honor, and glory once again unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all you walking out there who pushing this word with all truth and sincerity, and as well as to all you believers out there who believe in on the gospel. And again, keep fighting, keep pushing. We're almost out here. And the water for tuning in. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.